right in the comfort of our own homes, simply by pushing a button and turning a dial.
Well, transhumanism is the next stage on from where we are now. I mean, we have what I call the body computer, this biological body computer. And because those in the shadows understand that that's what it is, and that we are like in a cosmic version of the wireless internet, you've got this kind of infinite energy field of information of various depths and various levels of awareness and expansion, and then you're decoding this bit of the band. Now, if you decode this bit of the band, which is what this body does, then that's your world, that's your everything, if you're just only aware of that. And so we have a global population that is constantly programmed to read a certain band, and then only some of that band within it. And through that, they are manipulating us to see self and the world in very minute, limited terms. When if we just opened our minds to consciousness, we would then start going further and further into the band and getting more and more insights, more and more knowledge, more and more awareness, and suddenly we'll see what's going on. And it seems to me that transhumanism is the next stage on from that, where they go the next stage into locking us into this robotic cyborg state, so that we are even beyond the limitations that we are now, to the point where basically you are born a robot, you live a robot, and you die a robot, with less and less impact on the conscious self, on perceptions, on behavior, on actions. And if we get to that point, which is what they want, there's a guy in Britain, a very strange man called Professor Warwick. He's famous for being implanted, he's at Reading University, for being implanted so he can turn the frickin' television on and off with his arm and all this crap. And he once said, what's the problem with loving your servitude? What is the problem with having basically technological connections which are feeding you a sense of happiness, so that you're always happy? He said this guy's an academic in Britain. And of course what he's talking about, Max, is Brave New World, Aldous Huxley, love your servitude. The idea is to create this well, I almost said part human, very little part human, certainly almost nothing part consciousness, stroke technological being, which is nothing more than a servant of a system. And not only does it serve the system, it likes serving the system because it's being fed information telling it that it's happy to serve the system. I mean, it's beyond science fiction where these people want to go, but that's where they want to go. And the only answer to it is consciousness, is to break out before we get into this cyborg, part biological computer, part technological computer. Break out of this perception control that we have now, the level we do now, before it gets into that level, because they want to move towards that very quickly.